Hello, poker players. Today we're going to delve into an interesting poker hand that was played between Hoodie, Allen, and Mariano on Hustler Casino Live. Let's break it down and start by watching the pre-flop action.
Yes, he is. He has to do
I think for sure, yeah.
2.
Okay, next time you have to win 2.
Mariano 3-bets again. This time he's dominated.
He has to win 2.
Careful when you
but
look.
If he mucks, he still gets
He's
the
not?
button.
No, I didn't see.
It's fair, right?
Okay.
I'd obviously tell you.
You good with that?
Hoodie Allen opens from the hijack and Mariano responds with a sizable 3-bet. Hoodie Allen makes the call with Queen 10 of spades. In a perfectly balanced equilibrium, the two big blind ante significantly widens ranges, and both hands seem playable in this game type. I really like Mariano's large 3-bet in position. Most players tend to call 3-bets out of position and rarely 4-bet, which results in either Hoodie Allen relinquishing 100% of the pot by folding or calling and playing out of position. Being in position is obviously good, and a material example of that is if Mariano c-bets flop and Hoodie Allen calls. Assuming Hoodie Allen is not donk betting much, Mariano can control whether to see a free river card or not, depending on the turn card. Now let's watch the flop action.
Seems fair.
No way you'll forget.
10 high board.
$15.
$4K?
4K.
And a raise from Hoodie.
Can I get cocktails, please? This is 8. Thank you. Thank you.
Mariano makes the call. 12,000 in there.
On the flop, Mariano c-bets around 40% of the pot. Hoodie Allen's decision to raise here is questionable for 3 reasons. First, it's not a very effective value raise, as his hand isn't very strong and can't get called by many worse hands. Secondly, Mariano clearly is an aggressive player, which means that their c-bet range contains a lot of air and is likely going to fold quite a bit facing this raise. Additionally, we prefer to call and bluff catch against an aggressive player who's likely going to build the pot with bluffs on the turn and river. I would have preferred a call from Hoodie Allen here. Let's see the turn.
Yeah, can I get a Casamigos Blanco and then whatever they want?
Ace on the turn.
Check.
Actually, I'll have that.
After check raising for thin value on the flop, Hoodie now in a tricky spot.
$3.
Oh, wow. He just lets it go.
You guys are bastards.
Facing a tiny, tiny bet. A quarter pot.
An ace of hearts lands on the turn and Hoodie Allen smartly decides to check. Second pair here doesn't have a reason to bet for value or as a bluff. Mariano then decides to bet a mere 25% of the pot, which I think is terrible generally speaking, but interesting if we're playing against a very specific type of an opponent. The reason why this is bad is for 2 reasons. First, similar to why Hoodie Allen should check turn, Mariano's hand doesn't have reason enough to bet for value or as a bluff. Sure, you can get exactly Queen 10 suited and King 10 suited to fold, but that makes up a very small part of Hoodie Allen's range. The most common outcome of this bet is either getting a better hand to call or a worse hand to fold. Secondly, with a hand that is strong enough to win if both players check down or there's a small bet, Mariano reopens the action, which allows Hoodie Allen to raise turn, which this hand is incentivized to avoid given its marginal value. I think there is merit to this play if Mariano is trying to capitalize on the general tendency to never donk bet. This tendency, I think, is strongest among novice regulars who play a very rigid strategy and only access certain parts of the game tree they're familiar with. By betting 25% on the turn, Mariano could have been trying to avoid a larger 50 to 100% pot-sized river bet, the most typical sizes used, by Hoodie Allen if he expects Hoodie Allen to always check river after calling turn out of position. This is a big stretch though, since Hoodie Allen is clearly a recreational player, and this player type tends not to range check out of position after facing a bet on the previous street. Wrapping up, both players are applying a ton of aggression in this hand. While I think there are situations where we can really crank up the aggression, we need to carefully evaluate factors like our hand class and our opponent's player type before blindly firing away from the hip. If you made it this far, you might be interested in personal coaching. You can check out criticalpoker.com for more details, or contact me directly at info@criticalpoker.com, or direct message me at MNW on Discord. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep honing your poker skills.